Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Daniar Nurjayanti. I'm from class PBIA. Next, I will explain about assessing writing. Is issue in assessing responsive and extensive writing. Responsive writing creates the opportunity for test takers to offer an array of possible creative responses within a pedagogical or assessment framework. Test takers are responding to a prompt of assessment. The genre of text that are typical addressed here are short reports with structured formats and convention, responses to the reading of an article or story, summaries of article or stories, brief narrative of description, and interpretation of graph, table, and chart. Both responsive and extensive writing tasks are the subject of some classic widely debated assessment issues that take on a distinctly different flavor from those the lower end production of writing. Number 1, authenticity. 2, scoring. And 3, time. Next, designing assessment tasks, responsive and extensive writing. In this section, we consider both responsive and extensive writing tasks. They will be regarded here a continuum of possible ranging from lower end tasks with complexity accessed those in the previous category of intensive of control writing. To more open-ended texts such as writing short response essay, summaries, and responses up to texts of several pages of more. Paraphrasing. Paraphrasing, to say something in one's own words to avoid plagiarism, to offer some variety in expression without possible motivation and purpose in mind. The text designer needs to elicit a paraphrase of sentence or paragraph, usually not more. Create question and answer. Another lower order text in this type of writing, which has the pedagogical benefit of creating a learner without dictating the form of the output, is a graded question and answer format in which the test administrator processes a series of questions that essentially serves as an outline of the emergent writing text. Example, create writing stimuli. Paragraph construction text. To a great extent, writing is the art of emulation that what one reads. You read an effective paragraph. You analyze the ingredients of its success. You emulate it. Assessment of paragraph development takes on a number of different forms. One topic sentence. Assessment thereof consists of specifying the writing of a topic sentence, scoring points for its presence of absence, and then scoring and or commenting on its effectiveness in stating the topic. 2. Topic development within a paragraph. 4 criteria are commonly applied to assess the quality of a paragraph: the clarity of expression of ideas, the logical of the sequence and connection, and the cohesiveness of unity of the paragraph, the overall effectiveness or impact of the paragraph as a whole. 3. Development of main and supporting idea across paragraph. This element can be considered in evaluating a multi-paragraph essay, addressing the topic, main idea, or principal purpose, organizing and developing supporting idea, using appropriate details to undergird supporting idea, using appropriate detail to undergird supporting idea, showing facility and fluency in the use of language, demonstrating syntactic variety. Next, strategy option. Aside from strategies of rewriting, outlining, drafting, and revising, present to be aware of the text that has been demanded and to focus on the genre of writing and the expectation of that genre. Number 1, attending to tasks. Number 2, attending to genre. Assessment of the more common genre might include the following criteria along with choose factor from the list in item 3, main and supporting idea above: reports, lab reports, project summaries, article or book reports, and then summaries of reading or lecture or videos. Response to reading, lecture, video, and narration, description, persuasion, or argument and exposition, and then interpreting statistical, graphic, or tabular data, and library research paper. Test of writing English, test of writing English. One of a number of internationally available standardized tests of writing ability is the test of writing English. The test of writing English is in the category of a limited improv to test in the test that test takers are under a 30 minutes time limit and are not able to prepare ahead of time for the topic that will appear. Sample test of written English. Next, advise we test taker to follow 6 steps to maximize success of the text. Carefully identify the topic. 2. Plan your supporting idea. 3. In the introductory paragraph, restate the topic and state the organizational plan the essay. 4. Write effective supporting paragraphs. And 5. Extend your position and summaries in the concluding paragraph. And 6. Edit sentence structure and rhetorical expression. Next, it behoves admission and placement officer worldwide to offer secondary measure of writing ability to choose textbook A are on the threshold of a minimum score. B may be disabled by highly time constraint of anxiety producing situation, and C could be, could be culturally disadvantaged by a topic or situation, and or in the case of computer-based writing have had few opportunities to compose on a computer. Next, for your reference, following is some information on the TWEA test of writing English. Scoring methods for responsive and extensive writing. At responsive and extensive level of writing, their major approaches to scoring writing performance are commonly used by test designers: holistic, primary, threat, and analytical. Holistic scoring. Advantages of holistic scoring include fast evaluation, relatively high internet reliability, the fact that scores represent standards that are easily interpreted by layperson, the fact that the score tend of emphasize the writer's strengths. Applicability to writing across my different disciplines. Its disadvantages must also be weighed into a decision on whether to use holistic scoring. One score must differ across the subskill weighting its score. No diagnostic information is available. The scale might not apply equally well to all genres of writing. Writers need to be extensively trained to use the scale accurately. Next, primary threat scoring. A primary threat scoring will assess the accuracy of the account of the originally or summary, the clarity of the step of the procedure, and the final result, lab report. The description of the main feature of the graph description, and the expression of the writer opinion response to an article. Analytic scoring. For classroom instruction, holistic scoring provides title was back in the writer future test of learning. Primary threat scoring focuses on the principal function of the text and reward offers some feedback potential, but no back for any the aspect of the writing production that enhance the ultimate accomplishment of the purpose. Next table. Next, beyond scoring responding to extensive writing. Formal testing carries with it the burden of designing a practical and reliable instrument that assesses its intended criterion accurately to accomplish that mission. Designers of writing tests are charged with the task of providing as objective scoring producer as possible, and one that in many cases can be easily interpreted by agent beyond the learners. Next, assessing initial steps of the process of composing. Following are some guidelines for assessing the initial steps, the first draft of writing composition. Assessing later steps of the process of composing. Once the writer has determined and clarified his or her purpose and plan and complete a text one or perhaps two draft, the focus shifts toward fine-tuning the expression with a view toward a final revision. Assessment of letters text in composition. I think you can now fully appreciate the significance of overraising guidelines for designing an effective assessment procedure. Number one, it is virtually impossible to isolate any one of the four skills without the involvement of at least one other mode of performance. Two, the variety of assessment techniques and item type and text is virtually infinite, in that there is always some possibility for creating a unique variation. Okay, thank you for watching, and sorry my my pronunciation is bad. Okay, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Stay healthy. See you.